BMP, Best Management Practices, Nursery Management Strategies. Planting the seeds for a successful future. The 25-year lifespan of healthy, productive oil palms starts with first-class nursery management and quality seed selection. Both single and double-stage nurseries produce results. BMP applies the latter. As the name suggests, double-stage nurseries have two stages: pre-nursery and main nursery. Effective nursery design mandates flat land, located in close proximity to new plantation areas. A reliable water supply for the nursery is paramount. BMP recommends using lay-flat, perforated sprinkler tubes in the pre-nursery and an overhead sprinkler system in the main nursery. Water pumps should maintain pressure at 0.2 to 1 kilogram per square centimeter. Using stop valves and pressure gauges for each compartment in both the pre and main nurseries is the most reliable way of checking and maintaining the required water pressure. Water pipes need regular cleaning. Opening both ends and flushing water through removes accumulation of sediments. With the double-stage nursery designed and the water distribution systems in place, seeding begins. A number of seed options are available on the market, all with varying degrees of price and quality. A good seed supplier knows the origins and attributes of their products, often stocking region-specific strains, which possess traits like drought resistance. High-quality commercial seeds are produced by crossing a Passifera palm with a Dura palm, creating Tenera seeds. A thick, Dura-type shell is characteristic of seeds produced in this fashion. A thin shell indicates Tenera seeds have been picked from the loose fruit of adult Tenera palms. These thin-shelled seeds are significantly inferior in quality. BMP encourages plantations to use the best quality seeds available. Quality seeds have a success rate of 70 to 75 seedlings per 100 seeds planted. Although the initial investment in quality seeds is more expensive, representing roughly 10 to 15% of a plantation's development budget, use of poor quality seeds can reduce yield by up to 25% starting from the first harvest. Within the first year of production, plantations more than recoup the initial upfront seed costs while gaining a sustained yield advantage which continues onward through the plantation's 25-year lifetime. The approach of saving nominal amounts of upfront costs by using lower-grade seeds guarantees lower yields, less product, and smaller returns. A misguided approach offering short-term gains with tremendous long-term losses. Good quality seeds should be ordered well in advance of planting. Typical orders are 200 seeds per hectare planted. In the double-stage nursery system, germinated seeds are initially planted in small back polybags, beginning stage 1 of the 2 stages. Pre-nursery. Small polybags in the pre-nursery are 15 by 23 centimeters. 4 weeks before seed planting, the polybags are filled with medium-textured soil, with at least a third of sand, and bumped to consolidate. After consolidation, small amounts of soil are added to top off the polybags. The soil level needs to be roughly 1 centimeter below the lip of the polybag. Soil structure and seedling placement is the key to excellent growth in the small polybags. Fine textured soils are difficult to irrigate. Sandy soils drain too quickly. Medium textured soils comprised of properly proportioned amounts of sand, silt, clay, and organic matter content of 2 to 3% are strongly recommended. Although less fertile, medium textured soil has the best soil structure. Inadequacies in the fertility of medium textured soils are easily compensated for by applying fertilizers, compost, and manure, which are mixed into the medium. Seeds are generally pre-germinated when delivered and should be planted in the small polybags immediately. Seeds are placed in the polybags and covered with 2 centimeters of medium textured soil. Seed radicals are faced downward. Proper seed spacing and placement is important. Supervision of this process by nursery management is crucial. For the first 10 to 14 weeks of growth, these small polybags are arranged closely together in custom pre-nursery beds. Providing shade for seedlings is important. Shade netting is a reusable shade canopy solution. Less expensive alternatives like oil or nipa palm fronds work just as well. In a hardening off process, overhead shade is progressively reduced during the first 2.5 months until the seedlings are under open sun for the last 2 weeks. High-quality foliar fertilizer is applied in weekly intervals, supplying plants with required nutrients. Equally important to shade and fertilizer is irrigation. A minimum water delivery of 6.5 millimeters per day is essential for proper root development. Each compartment in the pre-nursery has several rain gauges for proper monitoring of water delivery. Periodic inspections of soil moisture are done by opening polybags and examining moisture conditions in the bottom of the bags. This process also allows for inspection of root development. Poor root development can be attributed to insufficient irrigation or soil phosphorus deficiencies. Corrective measures like increased watering or phosphorus application must be implemented immediately. By 3 months, seedlings are in the 4 to 6 leaf stage, and plant roots will have reached the base of the small polybags. Stage 2 of the double nursery, also known as the main nursery stage, now begins. Seedlings are first culled and then transplanted from small pre-nursery polybags into the larger main nursery polybags that have the same growth medium. In the main nursery, plants are arranged in a triangular grid and spaced 80 to 90 centimeters apart, giving equal access to light. A wider spacing of 120 centimeters should be followed if seedlings are likely to remain in the nursery for more than 14 months due to possible delays with land clearing and preparation. By now, leaf canopies have closed. Therefore, an overhead sprinkler system is the best way to keep seedlings hydrated. A healthy supply of nutrients is vital for seedling growth in the main nursery. Each seedling batch requires a custom fertilization program applied at regular intervals. The IPNI Oil Palm Handbook contains useful guidelines for fertilizer application, complete with suggested fertilizer rations and appropriate application schedules. Fertilizer should only be applied by well-trained teams using calibrated containers, avoiding any contact between seedlings and the applied fertilizer. Additional plant nutrients come from mulch. Mulch substitutions, like sawdust or other materials that are not decomposed, may immobilize nitrogen in the soil and should never be used. Palm kernel shell is best for mulching and should be applied at a depth of 2.5 centimeters around, but not touching seedlings. Additional benefits of applying palm kernel shell mulch include minimizing moisture loss, suppressing weed growth, and preventing erosion from irrigation. Following these BMP guidelines certainly delivers the desired results. Proper nursery maintenance guarantees these results into the future. A clean, weed-free environment maximizes seedling growth. Every month, polybags should be weeded and the nursery cleaned, making sure to separate inorganic and organic waste. Every other month, as a second weed prevention measure, ground space between polybags is sprayed with contact herbicide. Cleaning and weeding is great for seedlings and bad for pests. Pests are a serious problem in oil palm nurseries. BMP encourages nursery managers to consistently and constantly monitor for pests. Appropriate control measures need to be in place and a monthly census carried out. Control actions are implemented based on census data. A weekly or fortnightly census may be needed during the control period. Clean, controlled, consistent. The best seeds, planted in the best soil, provided with the best nutrition and the best irrigation, is the best way to run a double-stage nursery. Achieve the best results through best management practices. With BMP in place, seedlings thrive in the main nursery. Between 3 to 4 months after seedlings have been transplanted into the main nursery, a first culling is performed, and badly developed palms that are too small or abnormal in growth are painted blue. Vegetation growth measurements are carefully monitored, beginning the 4th month after seed planting. A random sampling of 10 polybags per 10,000 seedlings is used to analyze the progress of growth. The petiole cross-sections, bole widths, seedling heights, and the number of green fronds from the sample bags are recorded and catalogued every 2 months. 6 to 7 months after the seedlings have been transplanted into the main nursery, the second and final cull is performed. Poorly developed palms are painted red. Seedlings that have a blue mark from the first culling, as well as a red mark from the second culling, are immediately destroyed. Recording and cataloging of culling data is beneficial for future plantation planning, and a monthly census provides information valuable in calculating the outcome of each progeny. By 8 months, some roots will have grown through the base of the polybag, potentially causing plant shock. To reduce plant shock, apply root pruning, which consists of rotating each polybag, breaking any roots that may have grown into the soil. Between 8 and 10 months, remaining seedlings are ready for dispatch to the field. To prevent planting shock and floral abortion, seedlings must be thoroughly watered before transplanting to the field. During truck loading, transport, and unloading, seedlings must be handled with great care. BMP, Best Nursery Practices, Sustainable, Sensible, Profitable.